Okay, so, first and foremost, let's grab our blessing, see what we get. We get Muramasa. Oh, yes! Let's see, do we want to try Muramasa on anybody else? Let's see. All of these are bad. Monocle is a good sign. And the Colt is useless. I'll probably just throw that away. So, Muramasa is really good. Attacks 3 times a second, plus 15 crit. It's kind of tempting to... I don't really feel like playing Fatso. Wonder why not play Lotus. She's awkward. Lotus would work really well with a couple of different builds, but not this weapon. So let's take a look at our options. Honestly, the characters that I consider for this weapon would be the Plate Knight because he's great. I don't think Fatso's very good. Yeah, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, Fatso's pretty bad. Minus 20% movement speed, that is... Like, you could break this down to food buffs. And it's not great. Because each attack speed buff is 40. So you'd have to spend 80 satiety just to get your attack speed back up to normal. Versus the 120 that you're effectively skipping by getting the extra power. Yeah, no, Fatso's not worth it. King of Pickaxes isn't worth it, unfortunately. Criminal Silhouette is great for like speed runs, and if you don't take too much damage. If you get the freaking evasion up to 100%, he is the most powerful character. You just need to get there. Rider H is kind of fun, but the minus defense is kind of rough, and the perk isn't that great. I don't like Akina Bear just because his buff is random. I feel like he needs a passive to offset the movement speed bonus too. We tried Lotus earlier tonight, and the screen shake was so bad I couldn't avoid hits, and so I just died, which is rough. Alice could be fun with a really far-ranged weapon. Gunman of the Sunset would be better, I think, once I'm better at like dodging around and shooting stuff. I think actually if the gunman had like a slower fall, that would do it perfectly. But this is fine. Anyway, I'm probably just gonna keep with the Plate Knight. He is my man. He's my Destructinator, and we'll go destroy. Screen shake was the pickaxe. No, there's screen shake every time you swing a melee weapon. So the pickaxe was attacking so fast that that's why I had screen shake. And that's why I don't like. That's bad. That's a bad sign. Okay. I mean, we might be fine, but that low of a evasion buff right from the start is scary. Okay, so let's tribute the... We might be okay. May as well restart with the food choice. I don't want to do that. So the thing is, I don't need 100% evasion. Like, I'd like to. But who knows what RNG is going to give us. Also, I'd lose Muramasa. Which, you know, I'd rather just have a fairly strong pseudo-Muramasa run than anything else. Oh, there's some health here. Yeah, restart and keep the sword. No, so the thing is, the sword isn't as good as the shield chick behind me. That's why I'm keeping both. I will just kind of keep it going. Part of it is we wanna farm our level up, so as many lava bosses as I can kill is more important than chasing the dream of 100% evasion. Let's see, I could keep the sword. Yeah, but I'd lose the shield. And I don't want to lose that shield. Because this shield is too good. If you notice, I'm more or less bum rushing enemies and they're not doing anything to me. That's the glory of the shield. It's also affected by stats. So if I can get a couple of defense boosting items, if I can just keep a couple of defense... How did he hit me from behind? I guess he farted on me. I'm not entirely sure. Oh, what am I doing? I think I just chucked all my shurikens into the ground. Okay, cloth armor. And part of it is also, I want to get the gold bead, which is way more important than anything else. There's no point in restarting for an evasion buff, until I have the gold bead. Then we'll be really picky. So is this a defense plus evasion buff? Probably defense and crit. Or, no, evasion plus crit, defense a little bit on the side. We'll see. Because everything else is kind of secondary to that. I'm really glad that she spawned right off the bat, though. Oops, can't open during battle. Doesn't matter. Hey, there's the other basic evasion thing. We still want to find the Watcher, though. But we might find the bead this run. Is the soundtrack for this game available? Because I actually wouldn't mind picking it up myself. Mainly because I want to listen to the whole Niflheim song without having to worry about, like, panicking. Okay, what do we have? 3-tiered bat. So, have you ever considered tributing items from Croc? I have. The main thing is, the reason why I don't get stuff from Croc to tribute is because if you have the first tier greed buff, you never have to get any gold gain perks or items or anything like that for the entire run. But you pretty much can't buy anything either. It's a trade-off. I don't know. I don't know if it's a good trade-off or what. Oh, my shields. But in my opinion, I'd rather just stay stingy, because I'm gonna get the food buff anyway. Or not the food buff, I'm gonna get the tribute anyway, as long as I more or less get to hell, I think? I mean, it might take like 1 or 2 runs, but I don't care. There's the Watcher. Let's put the Watcher on probably instead of cloth armor. I'll keep the magnet just because it's convenient. But yeah, notice how many hits I'm just taking along the way here. Having the shield more or less makes it so that you can play super gutsy with less penalties. And I'm kind of a hasty dude. You know, we've been... yeah, this isn't looking great. Oh, it's fine. I'm kind of a gutsy dude. I like to blitz enemies and, you know, try and beat them way before before they can hurt me. Even though I like oftentimes will open myself up to damage. This is why I like the shield generation and evasion. More or less means I can get up in there and I don't have to worry about death. Let's see, tribute. Yeah, I'm just gonna tribute all of the... Yep, except for the cloth armor. Yeah, you don't want to tribute cloth armor. If it's really sad when you get up to 98% evasion, you don't have that cloth armor. Wasn't that like our first evasion run ever? We were like, yes. Actually, I think that was the cheat eat everything run. We wanted to get the cloth... We needed the cloth armor to complete the set, and we couldn't. You know what? Actually, this game needs set items. That'd be a... maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. I'm not entirely sure. It'd be really nice to have set items as like a... You know, these two accessories together have a bonus effect. I would like that. I'd like that a lot, actually. Okay, what else do we have? Just this over here. Ah, didn't work. There we go. I really wish you could actually just hold down and space and just drop through every platform. So, how's our satiation doing? 34. Yeah, I'll be fine. Complementary items instead of opposed to set items. Yeah, maybe. It'd just be nice if, like, if you had the create a shield that protects the explorer chick alongside the one that makes your guns auto reload. It would give you like an extra effect. Maybe. I don't know. Same thing with like the speed reloader and the bullet splitter. Okay, taking a little bit of damage there, but not too much. I'm trying to get used to fighting this guy without... Oh. I'm trying to get used to fighting this guy without getting hit too much, just because it's good for me. Okay. How's this run going? This is going great. But then again, like, just in general, I have gotten a fair bit better at this game, I think. I mean, there's some amount of mechanical assistance, but still. Oh, I got slowed by the dude. That slow is actually kind of rough. It's generally not a problem. Not enough to make me want to waste the 50 satiation on Bimbabap. 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 Oh my god. So it looks like the source code for this game might be a little bit easier to work with. Cryoris, another YouTuber streamer, I think he actually mostly just does streams. A fan of mine hangs out when I play roguelikes. He's in the source code in the game, and he's... Oh, this is a Unity game? Oh boy. I wanna... Oh, jeez. I should see if I can make a mod or, like, figure out how to do it. Dual-wield miniguns? If we could dual-wield miniguns, like, I'd be happy. Dual-wielding in general, I think, would be a really satisfying mechanic. Broken as shit, but satisfying. Okay. Let's see. You... Nope. Missed completely. Oh, you're a software developer with years of work experience. Well, that'd also do it. I'm an artist that decided to become an internet hermit instead of doing my shitty, oof. That got close. Yeah, let's get the crit speed. It's actually kind of tempted to get some attack speed while we're here. It's only 5% attack speed. Nah, let's do other things. Is this a katana? It looks different. It's the Muramasa. So it's katana ++. I seriously do hope that they add, like, legendary versions of each weapon or something like that. Because, like, it kind of sucks that, like, throwing knives, for example, and shurikens have, like, no, like, upper end equivalent. Because, like, throwing knives would be crazy if you could actually get, like, a good version of them. They're already pretty good, but not quite. I'll bug Durf. I'll see if he can teach me how to mod things. When dual wielding, your weapon stats are reduced by 25%. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure there's like a billion ways that you could balance dual wielding, and I hope the developers themselves do it. But it's fine. Okay, health is looking fine. My evasion's only at 30%. So I unless the RNG gets really, really kind to me, you need to die. Unless my RNG gets, like, much kinder, we're probably going to cap out somewhere around 80-90%. But at the same time, I'd rather cap out at 80-90% than doing anything else. Legendary throwing knives. Throws 10 in a spread, each doing 3 times as much as the normal throwing knife. That would be a bit much, honestly. Go the Dead Cells route and have weapons... Sorry, I'm trying to read while I'm fighting and it's not going for me. Dead Cells route and have weapons gain a scaling bonus based on the floor they're picked up on, encouraging you to actually care about new gear. Maybe? Yeah? No. So the thing is, the problem with incentivizing items that you get later on in the run, it more or less makes it so that items that you get earlier on in the run are just baseline worse, which kind of sucks. Okay. For a second, I thought I sold my evasion accessory, and I got kind of scared. Grab the AK-47. Let's toss the short sword. I never use it anyway. Let's go tribute some things. I'll have to try the AK-47 here. Anyway, let's toss the rest of this stuff. Okay, it might take 2 runs to finish tributing, but I don't really care. Okay, I don't think... This is only the 4th floor, so we've still got another food buff coming up fairly soon. Okay. Hey, Az, can you make sure Joe gets regged? Honestly, we haven't even been bothering with that for, well, I don't know. To some degree, I'd almost want to just turn the commands to not have nobody be regged. Oh, that grenade's good. I'm probably still going to go back to the Muramasa, but the AK-47... Better. Secret map of the dungeon. Yeah, let's grab that. And that. And there goes a lot of my money. I'm gonna get rid of the Watcher for a bit. It's nice, but we already have a shield generation. Anyway, so now we have the ability to just teleport all over the place. Okay, so... 3.8... Yeah, no, this sucks. We're not gonna even be close to the evasion level I want, but that's fine. Last run had ridiculous RNG for food buffs. Without, I mean, the fact that we got like hella close without even you know, getting the golden, the gold thing. Oh, Blessing of Sage. Hell yeah. Blessing of Sage is awesome. It's probably better than some of the things I've got on. Yeah, let's switch it out instead of the monocle. Because it gives... This is actually one of the other really good perks. The -5 power sucks. I mean, it's only a 5% damage reduction. But the reason why you want it is because it gives you 1 toughness. Pretty much 1 or 2 to, like, every stat. Except for power, which is really good. See, so what does the Muramasa do? It's like the katana, it swings a little bit faster, has a inherent crit bonus, and it's got a shuriken active ability, which does a fair bit of damage. Oh. The shurikens are actually almost better than the sword to some degree. Base damage is pretty good. Oh, we don't have the magnet anymore. That confuses me. Well, actually, you know what I can do? I can just throw the magnet back on. Every time I enter a floor, I'll put the map back on. It adds evasion as well? What? No, it doesn't. Oh, you mean the, Oh, no, no, move, you idiot. Yeah, you can't move while you're in your inventory, and I couldn't get my inventory away because I was, So I've noticed this. When you take damage, it'll stun you very temporarily. It'll stun you very temporarily for a second, and that includes like switching weapons or closing your UI, which is really dangerous. So Muramasa doesn't have reduced dash damage. Nope, doesn't. It is just a totally regular sword. Apart from the crit bonus and the extra speed, I guess. I really feel like there should be a treasure chest at the end of that. Okay. How's my satiation doing? It is doing fine. Health is doing okay. Not missing anything. Let's switch off Magnet for Watcher. And then probably be fine with that. So, Muramasa is a straight upgrade to the katana. Yup. Why is my power only 5? Where's my negative coming from? Because, yeah, I'm at -10 normally. Oh, it's because her. That's why. Yeah, unfortunately, this is not a very high damage run. Maybe I should actually consider getting just a little bit of power. I mean, luckily we're doing double damage constantly. But it means this is going to be lower power than, like, half the runs that I usually do. Just switching back and forth. Blocking. Well, it's fine. My defensive capabilities are substantially better than most runs. So it kind of doesn't bug me too much. Oh, I hate it when she does that. That's the precision laser. Luckily, this character's got defense for days. So it doesn't matter too much, but it is scary. Okay. I think I'm probably gonna invest in Wrath next, maybe? I don't know. Okay, so let's take off the Watcher, add the map of the dungeon. And, well, food would have been next anyway. This character's the opposite of a glass cannon. Yup, he is a tanky little sucker. Yeah, let's keep pumping crit rate. That attack speed isn't bad. I'll see if I can get it, actually. Well, I guess we're fine. Let's just put that on. Or the magnet? Nah, we probably want the crit rating. Yeah, even just having a couple of points in defense is really good. Like, so the reason why I always freak out, as far as damage goes, is because usually I've got a pretty solidly negative, defense. Which, actually, Cryoris, seeing as you're hanging out in chat and looking at the source code, can you look up, while you're there, what the formula is for, defense? Because that is, like, a great mystery that if we could solve that, we'd actually probably get a huge bonus. Because it's not a flat reduction. Because if it was a flat reduction, it'd be ridiculous. It's not a percentage. It's not a flat percentage, because if I had 100 defense, I would take no damage. And I've tested that. Unless there's, like, a bare minimum, maybe? Dang it. Just ate that extra spear. Oh, hi! Was not expecting him to ramp off the side like that. But yeah, if we could actually figure out what the formula for defense is and what the soft cap is, that would probably be the most powerful thing. Because, like, imagine if, like, the soft cap, which reduces damage by, like, 2/3 or whatever, is only, like, 40 defense, then getting that on almost everything, like, on almost every run, would, make a massive difference. Whoops. I've still got my shield. We're good. Let's see, what does Tribute do? Tribute and Blessings just give you rare items. I was really hoping that it would be, like, a permanent buff. Like, I don't know how many of you guys have been watching Hammerwatch, but Hammerwatch has a pretty good passive progression system. Better than this game, but the gameplay is a little bit more on the limited side. Probably actually switch to Hammerwatch after this run. Yeah. Just because I did say I was going to play Hammerwatch, and a number of people have been wanting that too. Let's see, focus defense food and evade food up to the soft cap, and then move to evade food and crit food. Yep, especially because the crit buff gets better the further on into the run you get. Which, like, effectively, that you could switch between getting the defense buff and the crit buff kind of freely. Based on which gives you more inherent value. Would you consider this more of a roguelike or rogue-lite? Rogue-lite, absolutely. This is... So, roguelikes are very, very limited as far as, like, the genre goes. I pretty much limit it down to... let's see... Roguelikes are like Tales of Maj'Eyal, Dungeons of Dreadmore, Cogmine, stuff like that. And, this is a game that uses rogue... I guess roguelike also... I hate semantics. Either description can be used for this, but if we want to be official here. Roguelikes are the ones that are fairly identical to Rogue. And, uh-oh. Okay, it wasn't letting me open this chest for some reason. Okay. And can I go get that food buff while we're here? Because the extra attack speed would be nice. Food shop. Yes, I can. Then I'm probably going to want to wait, because we're going to need to drop things down. Okay. Need Vagante tonight. No, Vagante will be tomorrow. I'd like to do it sooner, maybe, but busy. Okay, so we're right next to the restaurant again. Okay. Ooh, that's some good evasion. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to come back to it in a second. You know what? I'm gonna quickly warp to where, like, Croc is. Take the map off, put the monocle back on. Just wander around. I kind of wish just having the map in your inventory would count instead of it being like an accessory. But you don't even like Vagante. Sorry, I was actually going to explain that. So this game has this like has this fun sense of scalability that I feel like a lot of other roguelikes miss. Games that have really good scaling are like Risk of Rain, Binding of Isaac, Cavern Kings had really fun scaling. I really enjoyed the power creep as you went up in that run. It still ended up always resulting in my death as things got harder and harder. But I became more and more ridiculous as you went along. Vagante never got that feeling. It was always much more about crushing you into the dirt and making you learn, which is fine. I guess the easy like comparison would be like Vagante is like Fury. It's tough. It's probably fair. But you won't like become overpowered or anything like that. You have to master the game to be good at it. With a game like this, you can kind of learn a meta strategy and a build that will make you powerful to kind of offset the fact that you're a crappy little flesh person and you know, can't play games for crap. Oh, the shield guys can jump. I actually don't think I noticed that up until now. I think I've noticed it, I've just never really commented on it. And so some games balance it better than others. You know, actually, Rampage Knights had a really fun scaling system, too. Let's see. Yep, there's a spear guy down there. He's always there for some reason. I have no idea why. Oh, question. We wanted to check. Does Scatter Bullet... Yep, okay, so Scatter Bullet does apply to my Shuriken ability. Vagante is the Dark Souls of roguelikes. Ish. The thing is, Dark Souls actually does have scalability. Vagante is probably one of the more hard but fair... I'm not even sure if I could call Vagante fair, though. Like, you get to that crypt and everything just kind of gets shitty. And apparently there's, like, 2 more levels after that point. Like, ugh. But the problem with, like, a Vagante run is, like, you get to the end of it and you're like, I am not really that much stronger than where I was at the start. And nothing about me has really changed except for maybe, like, a couple of perks. And so, like, you're generally struggling to survive instead of struggling to have an interesting run. What I liked about Vagante originally before they started balancing it is that there were things that you could do to, like, really crank up your power. And they got rid of it all. And that made me kind of sad. We lose the crit speed, but that's fine. I'll live. It made me sad because, you know, I enjoyed being able to power creep a run using scum tactics and extra strategies and stuff. And so that's kind of why I prefer games like this, because we're starting to find kind of like little meta strategies and really fun like weapon combos and things. And I mean, some of it is a little bit more broken than others and stuff like that. Okay. Oh, I can hit those grenades out of the sky. That's helpful. Unfortunately, Tunok really can't deal with the fact that I'm, just harassing him here. Get back here, Tunok! Originally, I was, like, honestly afraid of Tunok as a boss. But it seems like unless you're running criminal silhouette, the best thing you can do is just hang out directly behind him and stabbing him in the back. Yeah. The enemies get stronger in Vagante, and you usually get feather boots. Yep. And that was my... Oh, shit. So we just got an item that I actually want to try. Not for this run, though. Dang it. I was hoping I could get that on another run. So we just got a... we just got the Alloy, which is really good. But it requires attack speed on a run. It's spin to win plus, because what it does is it has a 10% chance to stun lock enemies. So imagine if you could sit yourself directly next to a sword boss, and he couldn't touch you because he was too busy being stunned. So Lotus. Yeah, maybe Lotus? We could try it. The only problem is, like, I want the shield generator to go along with it. Oh, she's not dead. Like, Lotus would probably work. Wouldn't that be good on Bear? Sort of. The main problem with Bear is, his buff is random. If Bear's buff was like a reliable effect, I'd be super down with using Bear more often. Like, honestly, I think Bear should be one of those where the lower your health is, the more attack speed you get, up to, like, if he's at 1 HP, he gets a 100% attack boost or something. Let's see. Gotta keep pumping that evasion just because. Yeah, we're probably not gonna make it. We still have 5 food buffs left, and that's gonna put me just about at 85. We might make it. It's not gonna be as good as past runs, but we might make it. My main other problem with Lotus is, like, those couple initial hits are way more valuable than you think. Bear's ability should be, for every 5 separate enemies hit, raise attack speed for the next 5 seconds. Honestly, I think Bear's ability should just be, every time you hit an enemy, your attack speed increases, and will last for, like, X number of seconds. And then if you stop attacking, or you run out of enemies to hit for a little while, your attack speed goes back down. And maybe, like, as your attack speed goes down, your movement speed as your attack speed goes up, your movement speed goes down, or something like that. You know, kind of like the sliding scale system of attack speed to speed on the Bear. That was a Dota character's ability, actually, and it was nice. Oh, interesting. This room sucks. Why would anybody go here? I have no idea. Well, luckily we've got her. I'll leave her for a second. Let's see. But, like, that would be a much better system for Bear, because it would incentivize really aggressive play with him without, like, being directly, like, a detriment. Which Dota hero am I referencing? I don't know. Wasn't that the Bear? The, like, Ursa guy? I don't remember. I haven't played Dota since, like, early high school. Before it, like, left Warcraft 3's servers. Okay, so the extra max health could actually be really nice with this. We could go crit. Bear's buff has a charge meter on the weapon, above the weapons on the screen, though. Yeah, but the problem with Bear's buff is it's not random. You can kind of plan around it, but it's also awkward to work with. I'm trying to think of how to describe it. You can't plan on it as well as I'd like to, and I'd rather have it be like a consistent or like a scaling effect. Ursa has an ability that gives him stacks of a buff that gives him maximum attack speed for that many hits. Okay, so they've changed it since what I remember, because the way it used to work with Ursa is every time you hit an enemy, you gained like a small attack speed buff, and then eventually you just be like attacking like 3 times faster or something ridiculous like that. It was really good with stun. Okay, satiation is too high. We could get the tower shield, but I don't think I need it at this point. I don't know, that's my opinion on Bear. I prefer this character just baseline because that 10 defense buff is worth 2 food boosts, 2 food boosts, and the what is it? It's a health reduction. Like, that barely makes much of a difference at all. Ow. I forgot that guy really hurts if you touch him. Thank you, Evasion, for keeping me alive at all times. Yeah, the defense buff also affects the shield. Yep. He also has, like... So part of it is his penalty is also very minimal. The problem I have with all the other characters is their penalties oftentimes are worse than their perks. And so it's kind of awkward to work with. Can you stun bosses? Yes, you can. Somebody described a run to me where they had really high attack speed on the Alloyne, and more or less the slime war machine creature just sat there and died, and I was really excited for that. Character that is increasing attack speed on subsequent hits is Troll Warlord with Fervor. Yeah, they changed that. Because, yeah, I've never played Dota 2. I think I played the tutorial and got really bored of it. Because I used to play a lot of, like, original Dota. So, like, having to go through, like, it was not a short tutorial, which I totally understand why they do that. So, like, you know, newcomers aren't total garbage and you don't have to worry about people being like, ah, this game sucks, I can't play it. But it also sucks for, like, a returning person. Because, yeah, I didn't want to do it. It was annoying. Were you a bit jealous you haven't had a stunlock run yet? Sort of. I mean, currently I'm chasing the evasion run. Once I get the evasion run fully mastered, then I'll look at other things. Okay, so let's go get the food buff. I believe you can skip it now. Okay, you couldn't skip it originally, and I hated that. I hated that so much. This would be a run for attack speed too, which sucks, but it's life. Yeah, personally, I generally just dislike tutorials. They're very boring and handholdy, and I almost kind of like wish there was a, I wish more games had like 3 different types of tutorials. It's like, what is your general mastery of this game? Because having a game, you know, I've just solved how to not take damage on that. Get back here. But like, just having it be like, actually, if I just hang out over here, it's less dangerous. It's mainly just harder to get over here and hit him. But, you know, it's like, what level of skill are you at? You know, high, medium, low, stuff like that. having that in more games would actually be, like, huge for me. Oh, holy shit, okay. So, that hurt really bad. So I've discovered what the chain guys do. Unlike usual... Oh, there he is. Unlike usual, they will do a set amount of damage to you. If you don't kill them fast enough. I was wondering about that. Well, luckily we are tanky enough that this guy's not a problem here. But yeah, just having a game that that scales the tutorial based on, like, your estimation of your own skills would be real nice, actually. Because, yeah, usually tutorials just feel kind of shitty. Okay, good. I've got enough range to work on the SAM missiles before they reach me. I kind of wish I could blow up the SAM missiles near enemies and, like, hurt them. That'd make a lot of sense. Oh well. That kind of sucks. I jumped on the goal. Wait, what? I broke it. Huh. Look at that. It's totally safe. Okay. We're going to take this off. We're going to put on the magnet. Okay, that resets it. I was wondering about that. Anyway, let's go see what kind of evasion buff I can get. Let's see. What about Portal? That wasn't a tutorial, but the first few levels were built in a way to introduce key game mechanics. See, that's a good tutorial. Oh, we might actually make it. Like, so here's the thing about, like, game development. The trick is you want to make the start to your game easy but interesting, so that people have enough time to, like, learn the mechanics without getting frustrated with it. And then then you give them, like, the harder stuff. And at that point, they've developed the mastery to actually play it. There's multiple people out there that have more or less made these, like, massive videos talking about, you know, why original Mario was a masterpiece. Oh, there's just a Skeleman over there. I'm gonna wait until the fireball's gone. Okay, there we go. Because, like, OG Mario more or less paced you in a really smart manner. See, there's also the Dark Souls option of throwing you into the deep end. Yep, I hated that. I actually quit Dark Souls after the Asylum Demon. I'm like, fuck this, I don't want to play this game. And I don't know. Because I did not enjoy the intro to Dark Souls. And then I went back to it because I was going to play it multiplayer. And then I loved it because Dark Souls is really fun with friends. That's honestly probably one of the only reasons why I like the Souls games at this point. Is because they're way more enjoyable if you can have a bunch of friends around playing with you. At least for me. But yeah, that was part of the reason why I was kind of disagreeing with the idea that Vagante, for example, is the Dark Souls of roguelikes. Because, I mean, for starters, that is such a wacky description. Because it could mean anything, or it means nothing. And people like to have it mean all of the things. It's weird. Anyway, but like with Dark Souls, you actually have the option of, like, summoning a friend. And there's, like, limited penalty for failure. Like, yeah, you lose your souls, but, like, whatever, you can farm those really easily. That's why I brought up Fury instead, because you can't get help, you can't level up, you pretty much do or you die. And so, like, I'd actually generally point at Fury for, like, a merciless game that, you know, is probably fair, intrinsically based on its mechanics, but is so brutally difficult in a lot of cases that most people will just kind of pass on the game. That was where I was with Fury. I didn't enjoy Fury much at all. Okay. Hey, Croc, what do you got? Nope. Please have the... Huh. I don't know if I'm going to use this, actually. The jetpack is interesting, but not that great. Monster Hunter has a nice learning curve. It does. Monster Hunter World is a really, really well-made game. Some of the original... Well, no, I don't know. I don't know how many of you guys played, like, the Monster Hunter demos for Tri or 3U or anything like that, but they were atrocious. It's just like, hey, here's a couple mid-tier monsters, good luck! And it's like, how am I ever supposed to like this game? And they're like, get good! And it's like, I mean, the Lagombi wasn't terrible, it was the flying sucker that was impossible. It's like, hey, you wanna go fight some monsters, eh? Go find them! Hated that. See, am I gonna give myself 2 points if I beat both bosses? I don't know. I would like to, just to speed things up a bit, but that's entirely up to you guys.